Hello and welcome back to Loud and Proud Orlando here on a Friday night this time to talk all about Orlando Pride. There have been some moves happening this week, and we wanted to come to you today as a big signing has been announced, as well as another player leaving earlier in the week. I am here, as always, joined by Luis Carlos Pineda. Luis, how are you?
Hi, thank you to everybody that's connected right now live, about 20 people. Thank you for your support. Sorry that I couldn't turn my camera on. It's just that I had some procedure done so I could breathe better on my nose. So I'm full of gauze and things like that. But obviously, these are massive news for the City Beautiful. These are massive news for the Pride. I think the Pride are showing that they want a double again. And I do want to emphasize that the Pride won a double again with, to me and to many other people, especially Mexico, the probably their best player in the league. I think she's a top three, maybe if not the best player in Liga MX. So this is tremendous for the NWSL, but this is tremendous for the Pride, and it shows what kind of team they want to be. So Prisca Chilufya, Chilufya. Sorry, I so,
Prisca Chilufya, yeah.
yeah, it's a massive, massive, massive signing. Um, super excited for this. I don't know what are your thoughts regarding that, but I am excited, John. I mean, this is an impressive signing. No one saw this coming.
I feel like she is obviously, there's the Zambian connection immediately, right? Like we are,
100%.
we're always talking about the fact that it's Orlando de Janeiro, right? We got so many
Yeah.
Brazilians, but now we're starting to bang up some Zambians. So of course we got Barbara. Grace is gonna feel like a brand new player this year. So she's gonna be like one brand new Zambian who can play in attacking midfield. I think she's pretty sure she's a winger, fairly flexible. And then you've got, another one coming in here today, of course, Ford Prisca Chilufya on immediate transfer in from Juarez for an undisclosed fee. I mean, Luis, I don't know. We have no idea exactly how much she was signed for. We can speculate, but we do know it's a 3-year deal through 2027, which is a long deal, I think, in end of SL. I think that shows a lot, and I think Haley kind of talks to that. Welcome to Prisca, and the fact that they've given her, a long-term deal, and that she's gonna represents both an immediate impact and long-term potential. So, 25 years old, Luis, someone that, of course, can come in and be a starter right now, but has still got like her prime years right now ahead of her. She says, I'm honored to be joining Orlando Pride, a club with such strong vision and commitment to excellence in women's soccer. I'm excited to bring my experience and skills to NWSL, which is one of the most competitive leagues in the world. The opportunity to play alongside such talented teammates and learn from the coaching staff here in Orlando is something I've dreamt about. I watched as the Pride has been built something special. I want to contribute to the team's success both on and off the field. I feel like that's great there, Luis. Great sentence. I've watched as the Pride has been built something special. Of course, I'm sure she's noticed Barbara this season and what she's been doing, being Zambian teammates. I'm sure she has also, talked to Grace about her experience and coming here and, how she's found it so far being here in the Pride culture and the under, the wing of the Orlando Pride bubble, as I like to think of it. And so I think she's been like, yo, this is a place that I want to go to. And this is, success breeds success, right, Luis? I feel like this is a hot young player in the world of women's soccer, and she wants to come here because why would she not want to come here?
Yeah,
So
25 years old, like you said. Obviously, the Zambian connection is real. Obviously, she's very good friends with Grace Chanda. There's been videos of them when she used to play in Ukraine. She's played UEFA champions with a Ukrainian team, I believe, as well. Um, Look, she came to Mexico, a place that she said on an interview she always dreamed of going to visit, never to play. She went that she's the type of person that not only we gain a player that it's a phenom on the field, but this is a player that has made a really huge difference in the Mexican League and outside the Mexican League. So this is a player that came in with open arms and an open mind to an unforeseen land which is Mexico, with a lot of prejudice too, and she comes in and with a smile, and she literally make the talk on the pitch, and then she just her charisma, from talking to the person who cleans the floors to talking to the most respected journalist from ESPN in Mexico. She treats everybody exactly the same, with a smile on her, and always open to be that player. And those are the type of players that Orlando wants. Those are the type of players that are going to come into a group and they're going to rapidly adhere to what Seb and what Haley are looking for. And this is a player that's going to definitely contribute the same. I believe in the Orlando Pride. Orlando Pride already having a really big culture change, and just to reach you a couple of words from one of my colleagues in Mexico, Carrie. She covers women's soccer there. She wrote this. She says, "It's a pleasure to have players in this league. It's been a pleasure having players in this league like Prisca Chilufya, that come to make a difference, and all and by all to win the hearts of the fans for her actions in the pitch and also outside the pitch, helping a lot of people, making kids smile. The defenses here are smiling because they don't have to they don't have to stop her anymore. Her rivals are smiling because they don't have to stop her anymore. Éxito, which means good luck, Prisca. So, I mean, if you have a reporter talking about your player like that on the way out, and then the type of press conference she had on the way out, Juarez, top-notch organization, I do have to say, and Prisca, I think we're gaining a player that's going to truly make an impact, John. I mean, truly make an impact.
Yeah, I mean, I think let's not forget, she's not only just been in Juarez, she did have a little bit of time sort of in Africa and Europe before that. So she has actually played a couple Champions League games. She played a couple Champions League games for a women's Turkish side. So she has that experience there as well. Her time at Juarez, she joined them in 2023. And in that first 2023-2024 season, she scored 10 goals in 30 matches. So she was a 1 in 3, winger slash striker. And then this year, she's in 2024-2025 season. She's played 18 games and just scored the 4 goals, but still, definitely, contributing. Not She's also, it doesn't show assists here, but she might be playing more of a winger role at the moment for them, not maybe an out and out striker. But for my understanding, is she can do both. She can, obviously she's very fast, extremely pacey, and has that kind of enough size and ability to be able to knock like someone off and get past people, which, it's not always, you can be fast, but you can be, let's say quite light, and, not have the strength in order to be able to actually have one-on-one battles and get past defenders. But I don't think that's the case for Prisca. I mean, she definitely is known for that power and her explosive power off, her feet, and then being able to get past her defenders. And she has a good shot on her as well, Luis, when she puts her foot through the ball. Some of the goals I've looked up and some of the highlights I've seen, she can hit it from pretty far out, and it gets pretty, the net definitely ripples each time. And sometimes that's not always the case in NWSL. I feel like we do sometimes see strikers that will get up there and then their shot might be a little bit weak, just might not have enough power behind it. I think Priska's one that likes to kind of do those blasted shots into the back of the net. So I'm excited for her. I think she's going to fit culturally. I think, Haley, it's hard to say that she's done us wrong, really. I think there have been a few signings that have got injuries, but that happens all across NWSL. I don't think anybody signs players and then, sometimes they get injured. That does happen, but of course, most of the time, obviously, they've worked out. Look at what's happened since she's come in. 95 to 99% of her players have been massive successes and contributed, and also, most importantly, Luis, have added to the culture of
Yeah.
what Orlando Pride is all
Yep.
about. And
Yep.
I feel like that's what matters here with Prisca is like we could have take, we'll talk about Adriana in a minute, but we could take some of that Adriana sale money, and we could, go spend that on whatever. And we obviously had, I'm sure, some money available to us, having not really gone out and spent a lot of big money this window yet on a player. And we could have gone out and gone and found somebody, but maybe that player would have been somebody that could have upset the culture, right? Could have been somebody that
Right.
came in and, like you always say, Luis, just wouldn't been a good fit. And,
Right.
what do you like to call it when they do that? Being that, like,
Like a
too much,
diva or
the
something.
diva, yeah, whatever you want to call
Celine
that. It
Dion.
happens. It happens in the men's game, the women's game,
Yeah,
the
like
same.
Neymar.
It's the same thing, right? It's the same thing. So I think what they've gone, we're gonna go find a very, humble and successful player in another
Correct.
league that
Wi-
wants a chance in a bigger league, and we know is gonna fit in our culture, being Zambian, and just also wants to come here. So it just seems to me like a very good move for a player that we needed. Like if Banda goes down, Luis, I genuinely think, like, knock on wood, that never happens. But I do think Prisca could be that, like, that same replacement, right? We
Yeah,
don't have
correct. And
another striker that could do the same role.
you can put her on the nine. You can put it on the wing. And if you ask, so this is the type of team that Orlando has built on the culture that you said that they're building is there is really no set position for any of these players. So if you ask Marta to be a center back, she's gonna go ahead, even though she's the goat. She's gonna say, "Okay, Seb, I'll be there in just a moment." You know what I mean? Like, so I feel like Prisca is that type of player. I call it GSD, get stuff done. So you just get stuff done. I don't care what it takes, but I'll do anything for my team and for my pride. You know what I mean? And so those are the type of players that I think Haley and Seb are definitely installing this in them. And again, 25 years old, 3-year deal. A lot of outlets are saying that it's like the highest, like one of the biggest. What Adriana, what the money that we got for Adriana was one of the biggest transfers I think in the league, and uh, I'm a little concerned, to be honest with you, of her going to Saudi Arabia because Saudi Arabia is a little weird when it comes to, like, I just don't know how to trust the women's soccer league there. You know what I mean? I mean
Um,
that's another subject, but it's just like
yeah, we definitely. I think everyone's got some thoughts on that. Let's go to the comments
all right,
first
sure.
and talk a little bit more about Chalufa, and then we'll definitely get into Adriana.
So of all sad words, let's effing go. Thank you, Rachel. Rachel, nice to see you again. It's amazing. Also, Orlando Cuchalo and may Haley Carter always experience infinite joy. Predator dies. So we're going all the way again, or what? Year 10 in the league, about to be fire. I agree. I think we're going all the way, my friend. I think we're going all the way. Orlando Zambia Cuchalo FC. There you go. Rachel, her assist quality is quite nice. Yeah, she's powerful, man. She looks in better shape than Luis Muriel. That's all I could tell you.
You know how Ali Watt was doing that at the end of the season when she was just like
Yeah,
getting around players as a real winger and then putting it across the banda or to whoever, right? Like that's what she could do also.
yeah,
But if, like we said, if she wants, she's needed in the nine. I think she's gonna play right wing starting.
yeah,
It might be a triple. It might be a striker and two wingers, all from Zambia. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. I mean, we may
uh,
have an attacking third of three of the Zambian connection in the mid.
yeah, yeah.
Grace Chanda, band up top, and then you have now.
Yeah.
Prisca on the right. You know what I mean?
And then if Luana comes back soon, we might have the three in midfield all being Brazilian. We
Correct.
might have a Brazilian midfield
That's
supporting a Zambian attack.
correct. That's interesting.
It's crazy, man.
That's
What can happen in
crazy.
this world,
So now I wanted to show you
Yeah.
before we go to your slide,
And
John.
then an all-American backline and an English goalkeeper just to round it
Exactly,
out.
an English goalkeeper, an All-American backline
Yeah.
from Penn State FSU. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. A lioness as well in the goal.
Yeah,
So,
that's right.
yeah.
England. Yeah, it's crazy. Now,
Yeah, show us this goal,
I wanted
please.
to show you this goal, and then we'll go to your slide. So, she scored this a week ago, literally a week ago.
No, 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 él ya me lo puede desarrollar mejor. Y para más tarde, para la hora que estaba programado este partido, estaríamos hablando que estaríamos entre 3 y 2 grados centígrados. Te dejo.
Mira Prisca con la primera. ¡Gol!
I love how they do the goal thing.
Cayó el primero, cortesía de Prisca Chilufya y también
Chilufya.
el primero para Prisca, la jugadora de Zambia en este clausura 2025 con todo y baile.
Tarde, para la hora que estaba programado este partido, estaríamos hablando que estaríamos entre 3 y 2 grados centígrados. Te dejo.
Mira Prisca con la primera.
Like, that's amazing, man. That's. You imagine what she's gonna do with those Marta passes, man?
That's what I'm talking about. Is like she not only can she whip a ball in across, but she also have that ability to shoot from the right side. She's not like I want to cut inside and
Right.
do some tricks and get inside kind of winger. She's a let me go around you and smack it in from far kind of winger. Or she's gonna cross it So I think also she's quite tall. Or am I wrong in that? I forgot how tall she was. Let's see. I don't know if she's the kind of player that can head something in or not, Luis. That's what
I'm sure. Yeah, she has some
if
size
she's
in
the
her.
9. I can't. I think she was like 5'8", if I remember. I have to look it up exactly.
Well, compared to the size of Adriana,
she's 5'7". So yeah, she could definitely.
I mean, Adriana was how tall? She was way shorter than her.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely.
But when
she's
I'm
strong,
talking about John,
that's what I mean. What Rachel saying she's also strong is like she can play that holding forward. She can play that target forward role. That Banda likes to play as well.
Yeah, I mean, she can give Trina Rodman is gonna have a really tough time against her. If you think about that.
Yeah, I just wanted to show. Of course, this is like her goals. She's had some 90-minute goals recently. But then if you come down here, you can see her career, like we talked about. She's got these. This is her and she also played here. This is out in the Turkish Women's League for Karagümrük. I can't even say that one. That's a hard one for me to go for. But yeah, she's also got international cap, of course. This is what I'm talking about. She's played in the Champions League in England. Sorry, in Turkey. And then here internationally, she's obviously played for the Zambian national team. She played some Olympic Games, Luis, in 2024. So she was part of the Zambian national team game. Didn't have the best tournament, but neither did all of the Zambian team, really. So her sort of transfer record, of course, like we said, she started out. This is her original club. I don't even know where this is, Luis. This is, I don't know. This is in Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan for her first league was in Kazakhstan. Then
the greatest country in the world.
Yes. Then she moved to another team in Kazakhstan called
Tomariz
Turan. And then she moved to
Turkey,
Karagümrük in the Super League Women, which I can't say any of these names. I'm terrible pronunciation. And then she's been in Nwsl women's team since August 2023. So
I never had Kazakh food, but I heard it's really good. But I have Turkish food, and it's really good.
Yeah.
So she's playing a lot of really.
I mean, that shows some incredible, for me, that shows some incredible, ability to adapt and change different cultures. And of course, that's the kind of people we like here at Orlando Pride. A lot of people that have been in different places in Orlando. We have that. A lot of people, it's a melting pot. So I think it shows that she will adapt well. I imagine she's going to be hitting the ground running when the season starts.
I
Man.
agree with you, and like imagine here, like she has nothing to worry about. Literally, the club like takes care of every single thing for you. All you got to do is just go to the, be a team player and just play, and then it's great success, man. I mean, you're gonna have Marta as your 10. You're gonna have Angelina. That's like, have you seen the videos that she's doing working out? Like, it's insane, man. Like, they don't stop. Uh, she's gonna play with one of the best center backs last year in the whole entire league, Emily Sams. She's gonna be playing with her friend Grace Chanda, with Summer Yates. She's gonna be playing with Barbara, with a healthy Simone Charlie. So I think it's great. I think it's poised for greatness.
For sure. I mean, we updated the preseason depth chart. You can see, Prisca on the right side there, but I mean, it could be either way, right? I mean, Grace and Prisca and Julie and Allie could all play either side. Really, they could interchange in the middle of the game. We've seen that happen a lot.
Yeah.
We haven't put Prisca up top here, but Shimon Charlie should be back at some point. She's obviously an option at 9, but Prisca could be at the 9, like we said. Yeah, it's been a great move, man. I don't really have anything else to say on her. I'm just excited to see what she can do, and I don't know yet if we had any confirmation on any preseason games for the Pride. Do we ever get to watch a preseason game for the Pride?
Sorry.
Any preseason games? I don't know if we do. I don't think we get any.
No,
preseason
I
games.
don't. I don't think we've.
I don't think
done
I've
any
ever in
announcement.
my life watched a preseason game for Pride. Have you? Closed door, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I think there've been a couple of closed door games.
They should do. I would love them to do like a season ticket holder game, like they did do for City.
Yeah,
That would be awesome.
I mean, they should do one. Hopefully.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of teams that come down to play preseason tournaments, like in this area, of course, because it's hot. So I don't know. We'll see. We're playing games closed doors. I'm assuming against preseason games, but yeah, Rachel says we used to do them. I mean, I don't think I've personally ever been to one, but it must have been a while ago because I can't remember one in recent memory.
Yeah, I don't remember going to one in a while.
I might have worked one and blanked that out of my memory years ago. There were so many games I worked. I don't know. We had a couple of open ones right after COVID. Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, I mean, I think we could. I think we could easily. I mean, the thing is, we could easily play anybody from the USL. What is it called? USL Women's League, Super League. We could play technically.
It'd be great to play the Tampa team.
Yeah, I mean the Tampa team is playing Gotham. I know that. Yeah, Tampa's playing Gotham. They're calling it the.
Rachel saying I do like mystery because last year was a nice surprise. I understand that. I'm just I love to see the new players in action as soon as possible. I want to see what they can do.
Yeah, same here.
Luis, we're always chomping at the bit to be like.
Yeah, I mean, but if you look at our squad, John, it's pretty.
Oh, I mean, it's looking great. I really, we said last pod it didn't really need much changing, and of course we did have some changes. That brings me nicely onto just today's agenda. We opened it up talking about Prisca, so I think I misspelled her name there. Oops, John. I was in a hurry. Don't blame me. I missed a U. Sorry. I was going to say we started with Prisca. Don't blame me. I spelled her name wrong. Adriana was next. Let's talk all about Adriana. This one, Luis, your initial thoughts on Adriana leaving the Orlando Pride to go play in the Saudi Women's League?
Well, I mean, honestly, it's a good deal money-wise for the club to get that high of a fee of a player that it's obviously, it's still young, still has but he's, she only has maybe, she's not Prisca Chilufya young, anymore. And also, again, it is definitely a move that it's probably all for the money. You know what I mean? Which I have no problem with that, but uh, it is a part of the world in which there's a lot of controversy when it comes to women, women's rights, and I just don't know if that really if that matters for her. I would personally would be I guess that maybe because I have an HR background, I personally wouldn't feel comfortable if I feel like you're gonna pay me $1 million to go at a place that I'm gonna feel uncomfortable just being there, or they're uncomfortable with my presence or how I am, and that to me is kind of weird. I'll be honest with you. Now, we want also, I feel the team also wants a player that wants to be mind and soul focused on Orlando Pride. And if she's not focused, I mean, she's had some ups and downs in Orlando. Her career has not been in the Pride like something very consistent, like maybe Barbara was when she first came in, or maybe even you know. A lot of the players, a lot of the core of the back line that were very consistent game in and game out. She was up and down always, but I feel like, good for her. I wish her all the best. Hopefully everything, she's going into a good club and she's able to thrive there, and wish her all the best. But now with the news of Prisca, I mean, I have nothing to worry about. I think we got a player that it's, with all due respect, I think Prisca Prisca is much better than her. It's just my opinion. I just think we gain more with Prisca, and I think we boosted that side now. There was a lot of uncertainty from the fandom when she was leaving, and I said the best is yet to come, and then it is the best got here. So I think we're gonna be okay. I wish her the best, but I personally would not go to Saudi Arabia. It's just me.
Yeah, I mean, I think Adriana, like, I mean, Rachel's saying here, Adri comes from a place that makes less than 1% of Brazil's GDP, so the risk versus reward for her bringing that kind of money home plays into it. Like, I totally understand that. Like, if you want to go make a lot of money during your career, and she is, 29 years old, it makes sense, right? It makes sense to go make this move if this is what you want. At this point in your career, you need money, or you want to make as much money as possible before you retire. And Saudi Arabia are throwing out crazy wages like they do in the men's game. So totally. I mean, I think if that's what she wants, I think that's what she should go for. So I think for us, it was one of those things where in 2023, Luis, I would have been freaked out. You know what I mean? In 2023, I'd have
Right.
been like, yo,
Or
what are
even
we doing?
2020, because
This
there
is
were a
our
lot
best
of
player. She
right,
got poached away to go to Saudi. Like, what is going
right,
on? Like, why? Like, what, And I think a few things. One, this was, I think, very much motivated by her. She said, Haley comes out and says that she wanted to go. So it shows that the club was not trying to move her out. Obviously, I think we would have been fine, but she was, if she wants to go make a lot of money and she's asking the club for crazy contracts, and you
right,
look at her numbers, it doesn't really justify a crazy contract. You know what I mean? In 2023, even when she was the belle of the ball, right? She was like that was it in our attack. Was just Adri, really. Let's be honest. Like, there was a few other pieces, but she
right.
was the
No, no, I
main
agree. I agree.
centerpiece. Like, Messiah Bright was kind of there, but not really.
No, not really.
So
She
in
was not.
2023, Adriana got, with 19 starts, she got 6 goals and 4 assists. And then it was worse in 2024. I mean, of course, we lifted the trophy and she was part of all that league and everything, but like, there's a reason she wasn't always starting games, right? She got pushed out of her position by other players who were willing to work a little bit harder, in my opinion, on the defensive side, but also weren't so, I think Adriana had a little bit of a tendency to be slightly selfish in her play. She was very much that sort of Brazilian winger where she wanted to, like, put her head down and take people
It
on,
was run, yeah.
and wasn't always aware of other moving players and passing and, picking the right options, just being a little bit selfish in her play. And I think it got a little bit tiresome, and I think that's part of the reason she lost her starting place. But of course she played a big part in last year. Let's not like completely
Oh,
write
of
her off.
course,
Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
no way. Like, of course she was there. She had minutes. She contributed goals. But even last year, she only got 4 goals and 1 assist, Luis. And we were talking all season about the difference, like that she wasn't really connecting with Banda, and like
Well,
that's
she
why
took,
for me, Ali Watt was getting the starts because Ali Watt
yeah,
was connecting with Banda. And
exactly.
so it's like, well, yeah, like you're gonna do that. Like it's just what made sense for Seb. And so I think if she's asking for a lot of money, and it's obvious that she wanted to go to Saudi because of the money, so if she'd asked for that first at the club justifiably would have said, well, I'm not going to pay you crazy
Of
money
course.
because you're only scoring 6 goals. Like, you're not even in the double digits. Like, so yeah,
You
I think
lost,
it made
you
sense for her. The club was like, yo, if you want to go, because we're not going to pay you that, then that's fine.
yeah, some starts, I mean some players just want to be. It's kind of like Bobby Firmino. I don't know if you remember Bobby Firmino. Like those are players that just want to shine on their own. They don't want nobody around them. Ones like in Liverpool, Mo Salah, and all these other kids like Trent Alexander-Arnold starting like shining. He kind of was out of it already. Same with some players like that. Adriana is probably the same way. You losing your spot. Obviously, she had a little bit of a knock, but then losing your spot to Ali Watt when we've seen Ali Watt. She's progressed tremendously, but she's not that very efficient goal scorer usually. But last season she was a very efficient assist maker for our nines. So that made like exactly what you said. This girl is busting her butt in training. She's doing the assists, and she lost the spot. And so if that makes her a little salty, it's you got to improve yourself. As a player, and I think this move made it being needed for her. You know what I mean? Because sometimes people need a change of scenery to realize what they had, or to realize uh okay, I'm gonna make my own move. And a lot of players in the soccer world do this, and I just wish her the best. I think Orlando got the best deal for them, and she got what she wanted. And so it's a win-win situation here. I don't see anything wrong. And hopefully everything goes well. Hopefully we see her in the NWSL sometime soon. But yeah, that's pretty much my opinion. I think with Prisca and then Simone Charlie back and Ali, like super. I was actually all the players are excited about the new jerseys and all that stuff. There's a lot of buzz within that group of players about the star on the crest and things like that, and them going for another star. Like, the players are very motivated, guys. I mean, from club sources, the players are very motivated on get and doing this a second time. This ain't over for the Pride. Like, it's a one done deal. Like, the Pride are poised for a very successful season in 2025.
Of course. So Adriana leaves the club with 37 starts over the 2 seasons and 10 goals and 5 assists. So, best of luck to her in Saudi
Yeah.
Arabia, and we'll see how it goes. And who knows? Maybe she'll come back to NWSL. Maybe she'll come back to Orlando Pride. Maybe she'll go back to Brazil after this, or she'll stay there and retire there. Who knows what's next for Adriana?
You want to read
We'll
some
have to wait
comments?
and see. Yes, let's definitely read some comments, Luis.
This is Rachel. Says we got the Challenge Cup. There you go. Thank you, Rachel. That's right. I think with Prisca. think it's over. I think we got that Challenge Cup. Rachel says, also, I wish we could have a starting 22. There you go. Adri comes from a place that makes up less than 1% of Brazil's GDP, so the risk versus reward for her bringing that kind of money home plays into it. Yeah, like I said, I totally understand. So that's a really good point. She already scored over there, so she's gonna be fine. Of all sad words, yep, exactly. Go get the bag. That's right. Pride or die. Adri was lights out in 2023, but that moment Barbara arrived changed things for her.
Yeah. And
Completely.
I think
Yeah.
that's the thing is
Yeah.
if there was going into this off season, Luis, if you said to me like there's a player in our club that you would happily like be like it's okay for them to let go, there's a few, and I think Adriana would be one of our attacking pieces that I would be like, okay, well she's 29, she hasn't really had the best season like last season, fitting in with what the new agenda here is, and I think that is a player that of course, has got a lot of quality and can do a lot of great things on the ball, but maybe isn't the right player for this squad right now. So I think this is another great move. I feel like all of this offseason from Orlando Pride has just been, like we said, we've had players that retired and players that have moved on, with players we've moved out on loan, players that weren't really, they were part of the squad, but they weren't key players at all. They were merely fringe players. They were players that weren't getting a lot of minutes and weren't really a great use of wages in the budget. And players that wanted playing time, and we got to move them on to find other things. Like we've moved on Sophia Manor, and we've got Lauro out on loan, and all of that stuff, making way for the younger players to come in. Then we brought in some players from college, and now we've made a big move here by moving Adriana out and then replacing her with a ready to go, replacement winger /9 in Prisca. So it all makes sense to me. It's exactly what I think this club should be doing. We shouldn't be resting on our laurels from last year. Everyone around the league is going to try and get, come after us and get stronger and get better. So this is what we should be doing. And I think Haley and her team have made all the right moves, Luis.
Yeah.
I think this move of Adriana is like you said, is probably going to make us stronger in the long run for sure.
Yeah, and like I was saying, it's the type of moves we're making. So now it's not the mentality. It's not like, okay, yeah, we're a young team, we're starting out, blah blah blah. No, we kept the core of the team, we kept the coach, and we added another. Not only the people that we signed last season that got injured, SCI people that are coming back, like Viv, like even Rafa, like Simone Charlotte. I mean, these are really good season, well versed players. Grace Chanda, but now we added this like phenom from Mexico that came from Juarez that destroyed the Mexican league. Like, I mean, watch out, man. Like this is a signing that probably a lot of NWSL teams are kind of overlooking. Like, don't overlook the signing, dude. It's a big day for Orlando. I think this is
This is
gonna
one of the
pay
top.
huge dividends.
This is one of the top players in the Liga Feminil. So like
Yeah.
Liga MX Feminil. Sorry. So I think it definitely is a big deal. I think everyone's looking right now at the league concerned about the fact that big players are moving over to big clubs in Europe. And I say it very specifically like that is because, there's talk of like, oh, is the WSL a better league if they're stealing our players? But these players are going over to play for Barcelona or Lyon or Chelsea or Arsenal or, like that's it, really. It's like there's big clubs in Europe that are stealing NWSL players, but those leagues just don't have the level of pedigree that we have all the way across the league in NWSL. So I think this just shows, that we are definitely going to bring in a player like this from a Mexican team. And it might not be, a big splashy move, but it's the right move for the club. And sometimes that's what you want to do, like I said before, we could have gone out and got another player in the league or gone out and got a player from a WSL or a Champions League player from over in Europe, and I'm sure they looked at all those options. But really, we kind of have our own choice, right, Luis? It's not always in Orlando like club history, especially not the Orlando Pride. Like we always had a choice of whoever we want. Like when we first came out, of course, there was a lot of excitement, and we kind of had a lot of great big names come into the club. But those years since then, I feel like it's been looked at, of course, as a place where it's like, oh, why would you want to go play Orlando Pride? They're just not any good. They don't make the playoffs. And now after winning the double, the script is completely flipped. It's on its head. We are the Man City. We are the Barcelona. We are these clubs, that people want to come play for. So Haley can go out there with her team and say, who do we want to go after? And if it lands on Prisca, then I think they know what they're doing, and she's going to work out for sure. And she's the right player for us. And Adriana moving on is great for her, but again, probably a good move for us.
Of all sad word says I wouldn't do it, but I get it and I wish her well. This is and she learned how to play down a lot behind her house. So she's definitely been through hardship more than what people who come up through our camps go through, says Rachel. I imagine being a 9 next to Banda. I agree. Shinta, how you doing, Shinta? I'm glad that you're doing well. What the boys are live again? So happy for Adriana getting paid. Hope she kills it in the Saudi League. I agree 100%. Rachel, LOL, their fans were definitely hoping they were getting a Zambian signing, but a team that wins a double in that manner, it's an easy selling point even if your national teammates aren't already there. No, I agree 100%. I mean, plus we have the Marta factor here. That plays a huge lot.
They want to come play with Oh yeah, that sounds good.
It's
I think I like the idea of playing
It's
with
like
the GOAT.
it's exactly kind of like what Messi is. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
it's
okay, you
the
want to play with
same.
Messi or
Yeah. And also Barbara has that, like, I feel like she has that star power in her, national teammates and that national scene of Zambia as well. So she's, pulling power. It'll make sense for Prisca. She's already in North America. It's just a great signing for us. So I want to say thank you to everybody who's here live. Please go ahead and drop a like on the video for us, and comment in the comments if you have anything else that you want us to say. If you're not live here, ask your question in the comments. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe on YouTube, as well as hit the notification button if you have not done so already, so that you don't miss any of our videos upcoming as we get ready for the Orlando Pride season to kick off. If you're watching on X, go ahead and drop a like on there. You can repost the video so more people can see it. You can also drop a comment on there. We will reply if you have any questions or anything you want to ask about Adriana or Prisca or anything we talked about today. You can also find us on social media at LPO_podcast. Like I said, on X. We're also in the same place on Instagram and on Facebook as Loud and Proud Orlando. We're also going Blue Sky as Loud and Proud Orlando. You can find us in any of those places. Ask us a question, engage with us. We will happily answer and get back to you if you are listening later. You can also, like I said, listen later on Spotify and Apple Music. Luis, any final thoughts on this surprise Friday Pride episode? I feel like there's so much happening this week. We just couldn't wait till Monday to talk about all of this. We were planning a Monday pod, but we said, you know what, we just got
we're gonna do one today.
with the Priscas coming out. We got to talk to all the fans about it today.
No, I agree with you. I think it was good timing. Obviously, I think the club also released it today because the Zambians got there before we did.
Juarez were very keen.
Yeah,
Juarez
did the
big deal for them.
Well, Juarez was really respectful. Like they didn't mention what club,
but the cat was halfway out the bag at that point.
Yeah, at that point it's just like, once what's that guy, the journalist there, the Tom Boger from Zambia.
Yes, I forget his name, but we looked.
Yeah, but he's a cool guy. So he released it.
I've seen him. He's big in North America. He covers all the African teams.
Yeah, he released it, and he after that the club had to put it out. I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, it would have kind of cooked through the weekend. But no, I think it's
Yes.
fantastic.
Yes, indeed. Well, earlier in the week, of course, some sadness and saying goodbye to Adriana. And then later in the week, already happy to say hello and welcome to Prisca, the new Orlando Pride player. Thank you to all of you that joined us here today. We appreciate to Rachel and Shinta and Pride or Die and of all sad words, all of you for being here in the comments, talking with us as we get ready for another exciting Orlando Pride season. I, Luis, for one, cannot wait.
Yeah, can't wait
For
either.
March 7th, especially. I think it's going to be so fun. I've never watched one of my clubs be in one of these competitions. Like the cup winner plays the league winner
Oh wow.
competitions. My team's never been in one before. Orlando City have never been in something like that. I don't believe, and it's never been a thing for my beloved Stoke City. So I'm very excited to go to that preseason and see a game for an immediate trophy. We could have a cup already, Luis, first week of the season, which we love to see. And
Of
then
course.
after that, the season's going to be kicking off on March 14th. So we got February to get through. I'm sure it's going to be interesting seeing training developments as we go on. Maybe there'll be some more transfer news. Who knows, Luis? Who knows what's going to happen with Orlando Pride?
Yeah.
But thank you to everybody who was here today. We appreciate you all. Stick around. There will be no Pride Prod on Monday, just because, of course, we did one today. But we will get back to you guys the week after and talk everything Orlando Pride. And as always, Luis, we say, Vamos
Vamos,
Pride.
Pride. Take care,
See
guys. Have a
ya.
good one. Thank you so much.